What is up, you guys? Marty McFly coming at you, bringing you guys the horror movies. Just gotta say, got out of Scream 7. What an absolute blast. What a thrill ride of a horror movie. That is the most fun I've had in a movie theater since Robert Eggers' Nosferatu. And that's saying something. I just had a blast, just shoving popcorn in my face and just enjoying a great return for a horror series. I'll be honest with you, I was not a big fan of 5 and 6. They killed off people that we really loved that I really feel like should not have been killed off. And then no Nev, no Scream. Sorry, I know people have their own feelings about it, but no Nev, no Scream. And that's just the way I felt about 6. But 7 was just so much fun. They really brought in a little bit of everything for everybody. So if you loved 1 through 3, if you loved 4, especially 4, if you loved 5 and 6, there's a little bit of a return characters for 5 and 6. I just think they did a great job with bringing all of the fans together who have enjoyed all the eras. We do not talk about the Scream TV show because reasons. But I think what they did overall was just a great job. I know there's so many negative reviews. The movie's only been out for a couple of days and the negative reviews are through the roof. And, say whatever you want. I don't really care about the characters of Melissa Barrera all that much. Jenna Ortega is great, but Melissa Barrera is just kind of like a wet blanket, flat affected sadness on the series, and it just made Scream feel like just an episode of Pretty Little Liars or like One Tree Hill or something. Like, I really don't feel like it brought anything to the series to have 5 and 6. I thought there were some good moments, but overall 5 and 6 just felt like giant wet blankets on the series. 5 and 6 made me love 3 even more than already. 3 is kind of like the stepchild of the Scream series because of how bad some of it was with technology that didn't even exist yet. However, if you go back and watch 3 now, you realize the genius of this movie. Because it's basically watching like what would happen if real-life Hollywood actors who aren't Keanu Reeves, who aren't Halle Berry, were to all of a sudden get into this type of scenario. And I think it's hilarious watching 3, and I love it even more now, even with Courtney Cox's ridiculous haircut. But Scream 7 was just a blast from beginning to finish. There's so many great reveals, twists, and turns. The acting is actually a little better this time around. I mean, 5 and 6 are pretty horrible, and the acting is I think just in 7 in general, they had to amp up everything. They had to make everything a little bit smoother. And a little better overall. It had to be a better movie because of everything that's going on with the Scream franchise, and I think they did a great job. They even got Jimmy the Frat. And who is Jimmy the Frat? If you remember the old TFM Total Frat Move days, the guy Jimmy who basically did all of the Rush Week videos, he was in this movie, so it was pretty cool to see him on there. I just think it was just a great film. I had so much fun with it, just shoving popcorn in my face and just watching Ghostface go on a rampage. Or was it more than one Ghostface? You have to wait and see the movie. Is there any flaws with the movie? Let's start with the good first. One of my favorite things right off the bat, one of my favorite top 1 pluses of the movie is the atmosphere. It's not directly at Halloween, but the autumn leaves are changing. There's autumn leaves blowing everywhere. You can feel like it's cold outside. This is something I've always wanted in a Scream movie. I was like, why is it never at Halloween? And we don't talk about the Halloween thing that they did in New York. It doesn't count. No, they actually did, like, legit, during autumn leaves blowing everywhere. It feels cold. It feels doomy and gloomy and gray. Everything I love from the Halloween season. And that is just wonderful. Next thing I love about the music is the soundtrack. I think the soundtrack they did for the 7, bringing back some of the old tracks, just made me love the movie even more. 3, I thought the acting was actually pretty good. I actually genuinely enjoyed it. No one felt over the top stupid. Everybody coming together, and 4, Nev Campbell returning. Like I said, no Nev, no Scream. Nev Campbell coming back and being not a Jamie Lee Curtis Halloween Ends total shotgunning badass. No, she's a mom who's trying to move on with her life and get past stuff, and stuff just keeps coming back. I think Nev Campbell killed it. I love seeing her return to this franchise. I love seeing her as the main character again. It just, everything about the movie fit and felt perfectly. So, congrats, Nev Campbell. I think you did a phenomenal job. And yeah, made the movie for me. Flaws? There's a few. There's a few moments where, typical for the Scream franchise, that makes me wonder, where is everybody? Why is there never cops around after, in the modern day society with everything, whether it's technology, phones, whatever. Why are the cops always absent during the bad stuff? I was like, I mean, everyone's on high alert already, and then all of a sudden the cops aren't there. That's the only thing that really got under my skin that bothered me. There are a couple of moments where I felt like the music was so overburdening with the scenes. Like the chase scenes are always gonna have the famous Scream orchestra music, and I'm glad they brought that back. I would say there's times though where I think perfect silence would have made things so much creepier, and I feel like maybe they're trying to give back the feelings of like the Wes Craven theme song of Scream, and they do a good job with it. But there are some times during the chase scenes where it's so overbearing that you forget what the chase scene is. You forget how to be scared, basically. But really, outside of that, I really did not have a lot of flaws. There's some great scenes. There's some new horrible ways to mangle and kill people that I think Scream did a good job of fitting into this movie. It is a total nostalgia fest, which for me, I love Scream 1 through 4, and this made me just feel everything that I wanted to feel from the Scream franchise. I did love the popcorn bucket. This one is from the AMC side, but the one in Regal is the one I really wanted. That's the one that comes in the glass case with our buddy Ghostface, and the popcorn builds around him. Well, those were sold out like instantly. We even went to a Regal theater specifically to go get it. They were sold out, but you can pre-order them now. It's going to take forever to come back. I think mine doesn't come in until June, which is fine. At least I get to have both. I was really stoked to have this. I didn't get the tin bucket. Figured I already have the cool one, and I'm gonna get the other one here soon. I've already dropped him twice. Sorry, buddy. But really, this just made me so excited to go back to the movie theater again. And I hope you guys get a chance to go see it before somebody either ruins it or tells you it sucks, and then gives you a bad representation of this movie. Because I had an absolute blast. Please do yourselves a favor. Don't look at any more reviews. Don't look at who the reveals are. Just have some fun with it and let it take you by surprise. Envelop yourself in the movie. Put yourself there and enjoy it. And try to not go into it with this preconceived notion, because I think going into 5, I expected 5 to be like 4 because of how good 4 was, and 5 was just awful. I mean, it was just a really not good movie. And at least for me, I did not enjoy 5, did not enjoy 6, because I think I was going into it thinking it's gonna be like 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, and instead I got none of those. And I think 7, I went into it, I'm like, this is like kind of like a last ditch effort for me to really enjoy it, but they're bringing that back, it's got to be good, and it was. We had an absolute blast. So do yourselves a favor, go watch it. Try not to review any spoilers, try not to read any bad reviews. Just go into it with an open mind and envelop yourself in the film, and you might end up loving it as much as I did. Total blast, total thrill ride from beginning to finish, and I hope you guys get to enjoy that too. So, short video from me today. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are taking care of each other, and peace.